Support for the Klyph Notes podcast comes from Acapella Apparel, an idea born from a love of hip-hop, funk, and soul music and its surrounding cultures. With fashion being a huge visual part of the cultures, they've created expressive images to pay homage, invoke nostalgia, and showcase the elements that make up the lifestyle and cultures of these genres. Acapella, apparel for the music lifestyle. For more information, check out acapella.com. That's AKEPELE.com.
You're the only person.
Peace. It's your
Yo.
guy Klyph, man. We back at it again. It's another episode
Yeah.
of Klyph Notes up in here doing what we do. Shout out to X-Ray FM
Yes.
for being such gracious hosts to what we doing here. They coming at you more rapidly now, and hopefully y'all are digging them, man. Remember, you can subscribe. You can check it out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher. I don't know, wherever else you get your podcast from, you can check them out. So do that, man. Subscribe, share, rate, comment, all of that. And let me know what y'all think. You can also check them out on the website djklyph.com. They're hosted up there as well. So jump in the conversation. If there's somebody that you want to hear from, let me know. Maybe we can try to see if we can make that happen. This one's dope. This is the homie, man. This is the homie, man, and it's cool to have a chance to chop it up with him again. He's been busy. 2017 has been a busy year, so it's cool to catch up. Last time we did this was 2 years ago. And but let me stop talking, bro. Let them know who you are.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Theory Hazit. Theory Hazit. Theory Hazit.
What's good, bro?
Oh man, I've been maintaining, man. Just trying to stay afloat, man. Keep up with these young cats.
Tell me about it, bro. Tell me about it.
You gotta constantly put stuff out. It's just
There's so much material out there. Yeah.
Yeah, you notice how people put out like a project and then nobody's talking about the project anymore, like the next month.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Because stuff comes out so rapidly now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I've been saying it a lot, man. As a curator of music, it's been nuts for me because I've really changed the way I listen to music.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get a chance to sit with music like I used to because there is always something new coming out, and so you find you listen through something, and then the next week there's something else you got to listen through and try to find
Of
stuff
course.
to share. It's nuts. But you've like I said, you've had a busy year. It's funny when I went back and looked at the amount of material that you released in 2017. You released a bunch of music, bro.
Yeah, man. And on top of that, I'm still sending tracks out to artists that go unheard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And probably the same amount of material.
Wow.
That you hear.
Yeah. Just that much that you just haven't heard yet.
Yeah, man. That's another reason why I don't see the light of day, because I'm in the basement creating. Yeah.
Well, it is nuts to see what does come out. It does make me go, dang, you are constantly in the lab. You have to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in 2017, you released a bunch of beat tapes. How many did you end up releasing?
11 so far.
So you released one a month?
One a month. And the one that didn't release this month, it didn't release because it was special. It was being it's being pressed up now. It's it should release right before Christmas.
That's what's up.
I told people to hold their breath, because this beat tape is actually gonna be on vinyl. It's gonna be 2 records, and they're gonna be all colorful and shiny and stuff.
That's
what I'm saying?
When Sneakers was in here from Kiasu Records, we were talking about it.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's what's up. Shout out to Sneakers.
So
he's the homie. He's amazing for coming through, and he's just a good dude overall, man. And I really he approached me a few years ago, and I didn't know what that meant. You know what I mean? He just stepped to me. He was just like, hey, I like putting out my friend's music. Like, what's up?
Yeah.
And I didn't know what that meant. He gave me the rundown, and then I started seeing it happen more. I was just like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's what's up.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing some work with him for sure, now and in the future, some rap records too.
Word.
Like, yeah,
Word.
yeah, man.
So it's funny because the last, and it just goes to show how much work you be putting in, bro. Because the last time that we did this, last time we sat down to do an episode of the podcast, we were talking about the release of Fall the Light Bearer.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that was just about to drop.
Yeah.
So like, and then there again, like you constantly putting in work, bro. But
Yeah.
what drove you to do the beat tapes this year versus releasing a lot of lyrical content?
It was more like, honestly, I was trying to get on a tour.
A word?
I was trying to like prepare myself for like a Europe tour or something. Like, cause like, I mean, I know a few people. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I was in it to just really get my Apollo Brown on. You know what I'm saying? Go over there and just like hit play on my beats, or like spin, or even play like a live beat set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where I'm actually like hitting some pads, but and it was also to challenge myself, like, and to like what can I do? Like I think I get it from school. I think I just been like I think school messed me up, because they like, give you assignments. You got deadlines. You got a week to make a dope video, or you got a week. What was it? Like, you got 3 days to shoot a short film, and you got a couple weeks to turn it in. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. And I just did that, man. Like, I took that challenge, and I try to stay sharp and see what I come up with in a short amount of time. Like, some of those beat tapes were done in 2 days.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, my favorite one that was done like that was like the April one.
Okay.
This is Damone, where I just sampled like this one Vic Damone record.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just kind of like imprisoned myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just kind of like went at it. Another one was done like that. What was it called? It was the one for November last month. Okay. Like, Poor Thing.
I gotta pull them up to make sure that I get the names of these joints correct. Do you feel like that was the other thing that we talked about the last time we did this was we were talking about school.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like that process will continue to have an impact on you musically, through your creative process musically, as well as the video stuff that you're doing?
Yeah, I think so, because I want my films to be that way too. Like, whenever I like, because I like to like experiment and express the whole synesthesia thing.
Yeah.
Where you actually see colors and shapes when you hear music. And so I want to like apply that in film. And somebody tried to like tell me about Ratatouille or something like that. I need to go back and watch that movie. They were saying the same things that happens in that movie, where the guy was like tasting his food and he saw colors, and you know what I mean? He's smelling the food, he sees colors and stuff like that. And so I kind of like want to expand on that, like, and I'm kind of giving my secret away, when it comes to like, my films. But I don't care, because you ain't gonna do it like me.
What? Come on.
Humpty Hump said no two people could do it the same. So and just like to answer the other part, just being in school, we produce something, and then we present it to the class, and they rip it apart. They critique it, and they send you back to the drawing board, or they tell you to add this, or take out that, and keep this, and that's kind of how I look at my beats too. And I like send them to clients. I'm like, yo, I'm not as married to my music anymore. You know, I just like kind of like do whatever I could do. Hypothetically speaking, send it to Dr. Dre, Chance the Rapper, and they're like, okay, let's add this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's take away this. Leave the drums. Take away this synth.
Yeah.
No, let's take the drums out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
we
create it together. We end up creating it together, man. And I was reminded by that. Just running into Trox at a show.
Okay.
And he was just like, yo, send it to him. Like, even if it's not finished. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, man. For sure.
That's crazy. You've talked about, you've shared with me, along with some other producers, Trox being one of them, that process of making beats and then sending them out and waiting to hear back from people, or sending them to people who are working on them, or maybe you've even heard the work that they've done on them, and but they never come out, or they haven't come out yet.
Yeah.
Is that discouraging? Does that weigh on you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, you know, I guess it's only a little discouraging if you're getting your hopes up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you have that person in your ear like, yo, let's do it. It's coming out. Let's do it. Like, and then it don't come out. But like, I mean, you just gotta remember who you are. You gotta remember where you at. You know, like for me, like working with the people I work with is a dream come true. I don't care if it comes out or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like really honored that I'm in their phone book. You know what I'm saying? I'm on a speed dial. You know, if they need something, that we have each other's contact information, and we're building on something. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I really like making music for myself.
Okay.
So, like, at the end of the day, as people like to say,
yeah,
that's what it's about for me. Like making something I enjoy listening to.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to involve anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's got to go a long way then, because then there's, if you know that you're doing it for the love, then there's less opportunity for disappointment because you're happy with it at the end of the day.
Yes.
Yeah. So you brought up working with people who you've been a fan of. Mm-hmm. One of the other things that we talked about the last time that we did this, I think you went up to Canada. I think he was up in Canada.
Yeah.
And you had an opportunity to connect with Redman.
Yeah.
But that was the first time you connected with him.
Yeah, that was the first time. Yeah.
Well, since then, he released on Gilla House Records. He released Mudface.
Yeah.
And you got to join on there.
Yeah, I got to join on Mudface.
So that's just got to be crazy. I mean, at this point, I'm sure, because he released that a couple years ago. So
yeah,
I mean, that's got to be like, that's got to feel good.
Yeah. yeah. I mean, bruh. Yo.
Yeah.
It feels real good. I mean, that was just like a little taste of like, just to see who was like really messing with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like an official, I don't know, Redman Funk Doc release. It was only like a mixtape.
Yeah.
Coming from him though.
Right.
Not blogs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, he needs the Superman lover. You know what I'm saying? He needs the Superman lover on there.
Yeah.
And so I'm just really excited like to be working with him, man, like on his next joint, At first I just had one cut on there, and now we working on a handful of joints.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be like more joints, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be using for like promo that are not gonna be on the album that I've done.
Yeah.
And so yeah, man, I'm like really excited for that. Even if those don't come out,
right.
Yeah, I have them at the crib to
right.
like bump them and like listen to like, yo, you know what I'm saying, and just kind of like be in that moment. But yeah, I mean, it just seemed like I went in that direction. Even after like my my rap record, I went in that direction of like production and running into folks like him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There are so many people who I've run into who I think look at you as one of the greater producers, nicest MCs, and give you nothing but praise. And I often wonder how much of that gets back to the individual, to the artist. How much of that gets back to you? Do you hear that? Does it make an impact on you as an individual to to know that people look at you in such high regard as a producer and MC?
It gets back to me in like pieces.
Yeah.
You know, like I would, you know how the scene is. You know, like you go to this show, there's a bunch of these people. You get to this show, it's a different crowd. You
Yeah.
get to this show, it's totally different vibe.
Yeah.
But we all, like, whenever we all see each other, like on hip hop day and stuff like that,
Right.
it's all good.
Yeah.
And excuse me. So like, I'll see it in comments. I'll see reposts. I'll see people like when I'm out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, it comes in different forms,
Yeah.
different energies,
Yeah.
and I never would have thought though, because I was just like, yo, I just tagged this brother, and no response, or that's just the way he responded with no reply or
Yeah.
no cosign or confirmation, not cosign, but just any type of confirmation. But like then you see him in public, or maybe they'll repost something much later. Like I said, it comes in like it comes at different times, and it's just like, yeah, man, it's yeah.
But does it matter at this stage of your career? Does it even matter?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it does.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I like to work with people.
Yeah.
I like to make music. Like, and I'm just a fan of music.
Yeah.
There's some people out there that I enjoy their music, and I don't see myself working with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just enjoy what they're doing. I'm proud of them, and I'm just, you know what I mean? And then there's the other side. Like, no, I don't care.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel you. I really dig Follow the Light Bearer. I think as the project as a whole is a dope project. Have you started conceptualizing what's next lyrically? What's coming next lyrically?
Yeah. I was in I guess a dark place. I guess mentally, emotionally.
Mm-hmm. On that project?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on the second project as well, but it's more intentional. Less of an expression of like not really self-expression.
Mm-hmm.
Like Follow the Light Bearer was, from like an experience. I mean, it is from an experience, but it's more of intentional. Yeah. It's more like a story. It's just something that I'm like really like making up. Like I'm trying to like put together, something cinematic, something but that you can only you can close your eyes and see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody talk about putting movies on their records and stuff like that, but they forget the skits, they forget like all kinds of sound effects that is needed, the car door closing, the wind, people arguing, atmosphere, ambience, and all that. So I'm like really working towards like creating something like that. The lyrical content for the next joint, it's like a follow-up.
Okay.
Of Follow the Light Bearer.
Okay.
When something falls, it hits the ground. It hits some kind of surface, right?
Right.
And so the next project is the one with Dane that I've been talking about, like on the radio.
Yeah.
It's I Love It Down Here.
Okay.
That's the name of the joint, and hopefully I'll get sneakers to like put that out too. But like you know, it's parallel to the film City of Angels.
Okay.
That's a Nicolas Cage movie with Meg Ryan. Everybody probably thinks that's trash, but you know how people take movies and remix them and re-release them, like they reboot them.
Yeah.
So I'm rebooting City of Angels.
That's what's up. Yeah.
But it's called I Love It Down Here, you know,
Okay.
where, you know, an angel falls or somebody falls,
Yeah.
and they actually enjoy the pain from their fall.
Yeah.
And they rob and steal, or they're just, we down here, we have our little first world problems and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we enjoy it. We talk about change, but we still just so human.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know.
So will Dane produce the entire project?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's gonna be pretty lukewarm, according to like. I'm joking.
What?
You know, like all the like, you know, the Christian hip hop heads are gonna be like,
right.
yo, this track, this album, no,
Yeah.
it's not balanced,
Yeah.
like, but it's not supposed to be balanced, you know. I was talking with a pastor. He's like, you don't need balance. You need to stay uncomfortable. What you need is order, you know. And so I wanna have like people like Freddie Gibbs on it, and Corey Red, and Precise, you know, and you know, I want to create, you know, something crazy on it, but at the same time, there's some dark stories on it. There's like a lot of stories.
Yeah.
But I'll have like skits in between, and it'll be a little more theatrical when it comes to like the music videos.
Yeah.
I'll be doing some acting. Yeah.
That's what's up, B. That's what's
man.
up. I often wonder, as a faith-based artist, if you feel how you feel that impacts your creative outlets. You know, I think being a man of faith, that's not something that you. I personally don't feel like it's something that you have to speak as much as it should be just something that you live. Just, you know.
Yeah.
Because I think that's more real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Than just speaking it. But when it comes to art, I think when art is made for people to interpret.
Yeah.
Themselves.
Yeah.
So do you give that thought when you're making your art, or are you focused on the art itself versus the way it's gonna be received?
But I do it in a way where I kind of like leave it up to the listener to react, you know, and respond. It's not like I'm dropping like do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I kind of like put the story out there, let you know that it exists.
Yeah.
It's like raising awareness. Now, I mean, and the question at the end of the song is like, now what you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like how I want to do films too. It's kind of like how I see some movies.
Yeah.
You know, some of them have cliffhangers, and some of them have happy endings. Some not so happy endings, but yeah, that's just the way I want to do it. I want to like keep it real, you know, but also like raise the awareness with like some stories or something that's like a real experience or something that happened to me. You know what I'm saying? So
the opportunity to work with Dane on a project, just two of you, I'm really looking forward to hearing that. Dane did a project with Bells a minute ago that was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I'm I'm excited to see what you two pull together.
Dane said it's like my best project, but I don't think so because him and John like killed it. Like John is like a machine. He's a monster.
Yeah.
And just like the way that he brought out Dane's tracks, like Dane's already hot, and there's just like you could listen to a beat and you can just listen and then be like, all right, it's cool, it's a beat, and then John gets on the beat.
He's ridiculous.
I was just like,
Bells is just,
what beat is this?
Right. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
So
his tone, his hooks. I mean, there's just so many things. As a writer, he's pretty dope.
I used to have that. That's a different type of hunger, and it comes from like just waiting on people. You know what I'm saying? And not having a home studio.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And begging people for beats, knocking down doors, like, and then just like, you know what? I'm tired of waiting. I'm gonna take Aesop's rock. You know, I'm gonna take his beat. I'm gonna take Kendrick's beat. I'm taking Drake's beat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna murder it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm gonna post it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
it's just that hunger, man, that I think people just need to keep, man. And people get into a comfortable space and they get big budgets and then they just put out trash, you know. But like, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, and I'm proud of that dude, John. Like, he keeps putting out heat.
Yeah.
Every time. Like,
project after project.
Man, you just wait to these blacks. Oh my gosh.
Well, that's what I was getting to next. So then when y'all three come together as these blacks, so we've got a chance to hear a little bit of a taste of what y'all do together.
Yeah, man. All I know is, like, he sent me a verse of a song, verse and a chorus of a song just the other day, and I'm just like, bruh, I just want to do the beats now.
Yeah.
Because you just killed it, bruh.
But doesn't that create an opportunity to push one another? Because Dane's a dope producer, you're a dope producer.
Yeah.
Bells is stupid in terms of lyrical content, lyrical delivery. You and Dane can both spit.
Yeah.
So does that push? Each of you.
Yeah, I will say that it did make me want to rap when I heard it.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
But before, nah, it wasn't no push, and I think it's because like I had so much going on, and I just didn't want to, burn myself out.
Yeah.
But now,
That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
Another project that you released this year was a project called TH Doom.
Oh yeah,
bruh.
Yeah,
bruh. So for me, that came out of nowhere. I mean, that wasn't anything. I didn't know that you were doing that.
Yeah.
And when I saw it drop and listened to it, man, was such a dope project. But for people who haven't caught on to it yet, what is TH Doom?
Man, it is just me. Theory Hazit taking some MF Doom acapellas that were previously released and remixing them. It is like my biggest beat tape. Yeah.
Bruh.
Like, why?
Bruh, because you got Doom on your beats, bro.
And people are just like, is this a new Doom album? I'm like, do you listen to Doom? Like, are you a Doom fan? Like,
but I think it's because so sort of like you said, how when Bells rhymes over Dane beats, you listen to it again, and you're like, wait, where does this beat come from? It's the same thing to a certain degree. Hearing Doom, because it doesn't sound like, I mean, to a degree, it doesn't sound like you just took some acapellas and then matched them with some beats. Like, it sounds produced.
It's a little bit of like, has a little bit of organicness to it.
Yeah.
That's not a real word, but I'm just saying, like, I've dropped his acapella over my beat, and I went and broke up his acapella and stretched it out to where it sounded like he was in the booth at the crib. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It didn't sound like I was steering it on the turntable.
Right.
You know what I mean? But again, I know I just said turntable, but it's the DJ in me that just needed to, and the MC, because I know how to hear like people. I know when it's like off, and there are some parts that were off, but on purpose. But like like I was steering his rhyme, his delivery. That's probably what. Yeah, you're right. Just so when it got on the track, it sounded different.
Right. It's an amazing project. It's an amazing project. People definitely should go check for it. So there again, I mean that's 2017, bro. You've been super busy. It's funny because I was thinking about it, the sheer number of records that you released, and mind you, we're talking about primarily beat tapes. I had a conversation with Elemento, and I don't remember. I think it was on the Klyph Notes podcast, which is available. You can go and check it out. I think it was on that podcast that he said to me, because he released an album a month.
Oh yeah,
over a year's period.
Yeah,
I think he did that like.
He did. He did 10.
Oh, he did 10. He did 10
in 1 year.
That's right.
Yeah.
And he announced it, and went to and did it, and he said to me, it almost killed him. He said it was such a difficult thing to do. He had different producers for almost every project. I think there was one producer who may have done 2 different projects. You did one.
I did
one complete
one.
project.
Yeah.
But he said it was hard on him personally. It was hard on his family. It was hard on the label. All the deadlines to get it done.
Oh wow, yeah, I didn't think about that. Wow,
but I think in the end you get to look back and maybe celebrate that.
Oh yeah.
Was there any sense for that with you? You set this goal to do this. Was there any sense of pressure?
Yeah.
To complete it, to make it a reality.
Yeah, absolutely, and to follow through.
Yeah.
Conceptually.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to get it out early enough for people to enjoy throughout the month. I ain't really tripping off this month because it's a little special.
Yeah.
But there were times where things were releasing like in the middle of the month, and I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And going along with like concepts, like the October one had like this Halloween feel to it.
Yeah. And you did all the artwork.
Yeah. For the most part, yeah. Yeah. There was 3 collaborations.
Okay.
On some of the artwork, and that was with like my daughter and
that's what's up.
And one with Malia Ennis. That was the February one. But the one where you see like the animated stuff, the drawings, that's my daughter.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So that's got to be cool to have your daughter working on a project.
Oh yeah, I try to push her, to like get her involved, and yeah, she killed the Ugly Face album cover.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just did my little thing, with it. But yeah.
And then you had some merch associated with some of these, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, you slap a little of the album artwork on a hoodie, and some other stuff that I just had, but yeah, man, just trying to keep it funky, trying to keep it like, do things to support like the project, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
The website, your website is theoryhazit.com. Okay. So if you go to the website, you get to see a list of, like I'm scrolling through right now, bro. You got a ton of material out there, B.
You know what?
And then didn't you just like everything was free download for a minute?
Yeah.
Around Thanksgiving or something like that?
Yeah. It was from my birthday.
Okay.
It was from November 3rd to December 3rd. Okay. I kind of just thought of that on a whim, like my birthday. I was just like, I didn't have like such a great birthday. It was a terrible weekend actually, and I remember hearing like, whenever you feel down, that's your opportunity to give. And so that's when I took that opportunity to just like, yo, I ain't never done this before.
Yeah.
Like, just give my music away.
Yeah.
Like, except for like when I was doing the Humble Beast stuff, like, you know, that was an agreement. Like, okay, yeah, let's give our music away. But from the jump, I would have never did that.
Yeah.
But to do this on my own, and yeah, man, and to like broadcast it, like, yeah.
So how impactful was it?
It was huge.
Yeah.
I've never received so much money in my life. No, I'm just playing. No, it was some people that was like still buying stuff, you know. Even if they gave $1 for each project, they were still buying stuff, you know. It was just like, hypothetically speaking, like, oh, this is so good. I gotta give something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just didn't care, man. As long as I, you know, can get your email address.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Get you to subscribe, or I'm joking, by the way, but you know, it was just like, it was a good exposure.
Yeah.
And word of mouth, and it did something. I think it truly did something, because like some views went up, and you know, things started happening.
Yeah.
Like, something's happening every day, and it's making me, you know, want to post something every day, and just I haven't been able to, but people have been reacting and responding to it, and I'm definitely thankful, like, for people to, you know, just even like recognize, you know, that I put in work, and it's good music. So,
you know, something that, this is crazy random, B. I was working on, just kind of looking at albums that released or projects that released in 2017. Because I've never done, for the radio show, I've never done a best of 2017 or this, that, and the other. And it's real easy. It's easier for me to consider local artists to release music in 2017. That's been my primary focus for a number of years now. But in terms of more commercial artists or people who are outside of the region, not even necessarily big commercial, but just outside of the region, like we were talking about earlier, there's so much music, you forget stuff that released. Now, did that release this year? That released last year? Whatever. So I was looking through this list of projects that released in 2017, and some of the obvious ones were on there: Jay-Z's project, Kendrick's project, in terms of outside the region projects, whatever. Scrolling through, and then there was some Northwest projects that was on this big list. My man Henri Osborne's project Cupid was on the list. I was like, oh, that's what's up. You know, Northwest getting a little bit of love. Yeah. And your project was on there. I See What You Did There.
Oh,
was listed.
Yeah, a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
Yeah.
That's so weird for me. Like,
yeah,
I was
So just that, you released a ton of material. Did you have a sense of, oh, people are gonna dig this one, or I'm putting this one out, I don't even know how I feel about this, and then were surprised by the response to a particular project?
Yeah.
I mean, that may be one of them.
Yeah, that was one of them.
Yeah.
Like, because I put out the first one, It's Whatever, and I was just like,
yeah,
it's whatever.
Right.
And then I did I See What You Did There, and didn't think it was gonna be like that. I thought I was gonna get that reaction with like Bless Your Food.
Which is one of my favorites.
You know.
Yeah.
But I was really, really surprised by the TH Doom one.
Man, because it's, bruh.
I was really surprised by that. I was just like, okay, player?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah, bro.
But I have these. Like, you know, and I felt that way with This Is Damone. What's the other one? Ugly Face.
Yeah.
And Ugly Face just has like nothing but bangers.
Yeah.
Like, that was the whole point.
Right.
You know. And so I thought I was gonna get like, you know, hollered at for those. No.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did have hopes for those, especially the conceptual ones like This Is Damone and Poor Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Things that I worked on, like, concepts. Bless Your Food, like I said. So
The one that we're anticipating that's gonna be coming on Kiasu. So is that gonna be a collaboration with Kiasu and Wetwork?
yeah.
That's gonna be the Soul Chops.
Soul Chops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that one gonna feel like?
It's gonna feel like if anybody's like a fan of like Lord Fire, it's gonna sound like that, but new instrumentals.
Yeah.
And they're done by me. And we got like a couple surprises on there, raps.
Oh, word.
But for the most part it's like an instrumental project.
Okay.
Yeah. Excuse me. So like, I've chopped up like old soul records that are like off the grid and like some gospel records, old soft like
Don't give too much away now, B.
I'm trying to think what genre one would call this. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna give it away.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I did some digging.
Okay.
So I had some fun, and yeah, I'm excited for it to drop. It's weird because like I talked about this project with Sneakers in August, and I turned it in in September, or I think I turned in the first version, and like at the end of August, and it's like, yo, this is dope. And I went back to listen to it, and I was just like, I want to change it. And so I went back and changed it, and like it's some even like newer stuff on there, and yeah, man, I'm just excited about it. Yeah, man.
It'll be nice. It'll be nice again to have some vinyl from you.
Yeah.
With this one, as an artist, is that something that you aspire to? Maybe not even aspire to. Like, is it? Do you like putting out music on vinyl? Do you like having that physical in your hand?
I mean, I do. You know what I mean? Like, I do. People ask about it all the time, and I'm just like, you know what? I can't afford it. You know, and it's like I kind of stopped caring about it, and so the opportunity came around. You know, and I was just like, yo, let's do it. I learned to stop caring about it through Braille.
Okay.
Like Braille was always putting out vinyl back in the day.
Yeah.
And, he was just like, it's expensive, but it's just a cool thing to do. You know, you really don't have to do this, bro. Like, it's just cool. Hip hop heads pick it up, collectors pick it up. But other than that, like, you don't really expect like a big return back, like, on vinyl.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's happening. Like, I guess it's a big deal now. I don't know.
Well, I think there's a bit of a resurgence. I think that people, I've been saying this a lot, man. Hip hop is, as a genre, is in its 40s now. And I think a lot of people who came up early with hip hop, where before there was the digital age that we're in now. I mean, that was the only way you could get it, was on vinyl. I mean, that's just what it was. And I think now that you have artists who are older, who are either in positions to be in the industry to make decisions, or just people like myself who continue to be consumers of the art. We love vinyl, and oftentimes we're in a position now where we can go and buy it. So I think that in part is playing a role in it. I think it is sort of nostalgic, and I think as we continue to see so much of the crossover of genres, you have people who are accessing hip hop who are in better positions to, to buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that plays a part in it. And you know what they say, man, everything old is new again. Things are coming back around. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. So it's just dope. It's dope. I'm glad to see. I'm glad to see it for a number of reasons. One, because I'm glad that you're gonna have something else released on vinyl. Two, it's a dope collaboration with yourself and then another local industry in Kiasu Records to put this piece out. I think that's exciting.
Yeah.
So we're recording this. This will probably drop after the first of the year, like right at the top of 2018. Do you have things planned right now for the new year that you can talk about, that you can share? Because I mean, you're doing a couple of different things. Obviously, the collaboration with Kiasu Records, but then you have Wet Work is your record label.
Yeah.
You released Fall the Light Bearer with Soul Spasm Records. I mean, is there anything that you can share that you want people to be on the lookout for 2018?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I mean, like I want. I'm still trying to decide what I want to do. But yeah, we'll just
Okay.
keep
All right.
it
We're gonna leave it like that. Leave it like that, because I think sometimes I remember who it was. I mean, it's just a true thing. I think that louder than words. Instead of saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, wait until it's done."
Yeah.
And then let people enjoy it once it's available to be enjoyed.
I will say this. I'll call out the projects. I just don't know how they're gonna be released.
Okay.
But the project with Dane, I love it down here. That that album, entirely produced by Dane.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's 2018.
Okay.
And a record that's entirely produced by Rattlehawk. Yeah, and that one's gonna be tricky. I really don't know how to go about that, because it's like a lot of Afro-punk
Okay.
on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like me rhyming and singing to like garage rock style beats.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, it's a totally different wave, totally different textures. Yeah, man.
That's gonna be interesting. That's
like,
gonna be really
I
interesting.
listened to people hear that and they were like, yo, that's the one.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one right there. And I'm just like, it's kind of scary, because I don't want that, I just want that to be like, just like one side of me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't.
That's the direction you want to go.
I ain't trying to get on top 40 with that, yo. And that's what the people sound like. They sound like it's gonna be like some, like, yo, that's the ticket. That's the meal ticket right there. I'm just like, I'm just doing my thing.
Right.
I ain't trying to get on my Mayor Hawthorne. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I ain't trying to do that. But because I like rap.
Yeah.
And that goes along with, like, I love it down here.
Gotcha.
Like, I love it underground.
Yeah.
I don't like pop music like that.
Yeah.
I like going to a grocery store, picking up my stuff without being bothered.
Yeah.
I love it down there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Underground.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
feel
saying?
you.
Yeah.
I feel you. Let me give a quick shout out right quick, man. I'm in here. You see, I'm all geared out, man.
I see that, and I'm jealous.
Man, look, I'm trying to tell you, man. Folk over at Acapella have been super good to me, man. So for people who aren't super familiar, man, Acapella is music that there's apparel that really fits, I think, with kind of what you're talking about, kind of that underground style. It really represents hip hop in a real way, and they just have some dope pieces, man. Their tagline is that they were founded upon the love of old school hip hop soul and desire to create a brand that embodies that lifestyle. And I think if you look at the gear that they put out, the merch that they put out, it really, really speaks to that. So you can check them out at acapella.com. That's AKEPELE.com. And, go check them out. There are some things that I would encourage you to look forward to in 2018 from acapella. I'm just gonna leave that right there.
Man, how can I be down? Oh man,
I got to do this, B. And then shout out to my folk. And these are all Portland companies, which is really, really dope. Shout out to my folk at Ways and Means Manufacturing, man. I got the brand new DJ Klyph logo pins. My man Champagne Dwayne collaborated with him on a new logo that's just super fresh.
Fire. And
I got the enamel pins, B. So, as a thank you to you for coming through, I got to hook you up with one of those.
Oh, man.
Real.
What? Yes.
So rock that on yes. on your gear. And then we got the acapella stickers here, the Funk Boogie Soul Disco stickers. Now they got the tees that are made up with that design too, but the stickers are fresh. So got to hook a brother up with those for real.
Yeah, man.
As an individual who, as you're continuing to look forward to your career, now that you're done with school, you're doing a little bit more on the visual piece. I mean, you always have done some, but I see a little bit more done visually. Do you feel like you'll always do music? You think that's something that we can always look forward to?
To the deathbed.
That's what's up. That's what I like to hear, B. For real.
To the deathbed, pardon me, whether you hear from me or not, I'll be making joints till I'm an old man.
Word up.
Yeah, man.
Word up.
Probably with the same setup. I'll probably have the same setup, in the back somewhere where I could just grab it, take it anywhere, and make something. For sure, man. For sure. I kind of look at it like jazz,
Yeah.
And I'll be doing it, rocking it until I'm out of here.
So a couple things, B. One, I ask you this every time we get a chance. I publicly ask you all the time because I'm trying to put the pressure on.
Oh, okay.
No pressure though.
Yeah.
When is that second DC Comics joint dropping, B?
Oh.
Uh-huh.
You know what?
Because we talked about it on the last podcast. So it's ready to go.
It's ready.
It's loaded.
Go. Here's the thing.
Okay.
Because it sounds so old.
Oh, stop it.
And Dane says the same thing. He's just like, you better just put it out.
Right?
Man.
It sounds old to you because you've been listening to it for years.
And I've grown too, with my just everything, content, delivery.
Yeah.
I go back and listen to it and I'm just like, oh no, I said that. No. So that's really the only thing. I just gotta mix it, master it, have that done, and yeah, man, it's loaded.
Okay.
That mug is so loaded.
Okay.
Shout out to Marv One, Trek Life, Book Brown, Jamal Buffett. It's loaded.
You need to go ahead and do that.
Yeah, John Bell's on it. Yeah, some Portland local legends is on there. You wouldn't know them, but
this what I need.
I got him out of the basement one time to drop verses, and yeah.
Look, I need everybody who's listening to this. I need you to hit up Theory Hazit on social media. Hit him up, like blow up his social media. So, yo, Theory, you need to drop that DC Comics too, right quick. You told me the name of it. It's already got a title and everything.
Yeah.
What's the name? What's the title?
Adamant.
Yeah. Y'all, come on, y'all. So that's the first one. The second one, I've been playing the bonus cut because I was blessed enough to be able to pre-order Othello's new project that's about to drop.
Yeah.
And we got some Amnesia on there.
Yeah.
So I've been playing that joint that you did with Othello.
Yeah, man. And yeah. That Yo, I did the cuts on that too.
Word?
Yeah, that's me on the cuts. That's me on the scratch hook.
Oh, that's what's up.
Get my DJ Premier on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he was just like, yo, can you just like find like some Zulu stuff?
Yeah.
Like he was like, yo, that Sibo say something about Zulu tribe with spears. Won't you use that? And
yeah.
you know, it's just so funny. It was took a bunch of East Coast, West Coast hotlines, threw them all in there. And then when I was doing the scratch hook, I was just like, I like these hotlines too. I should just throw them in my verse.
Yeah.
You know, and I did that, and I did it so quick, and I didn't like how it turned out. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happens when you do stuff like real fast. Yeah. But yeah, had fun doing it though.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Because the project that y'all put out came out a few years ago. The Amnesia project that y'all put out.
Yeah, like 2011 or something like that.
Yeah.
2010, 2011.
And then one of the other projects that you did a while ago, and the name of the projects I'm trying to look for it while I'm talking to you right now. The name of the project escapes me, but it's the project that you did with it's the project that you did with Cat from Cincy. It's gonna come to me in a minute. That's gonna bug me now, Theory.
It's a project?
Yeah.
Wonder Brown?
Not the one you did with Wonder Brown. E.F. Cutton.
Oh, E.F. Cutton. He's from Kentucky.
Oh, he's from Kentucky. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all ever gonna do another project?
Probably not.
Really?
Yeah, probably not. Like, E.F. Cutton, he owed me like a steak dinner or something. He owed me something. Like,
okay.
Nah. He's a good dude. He's an old man.
Yeah.
I mean that in a good way.
Yeah.
In a funny way.
Yeah.
He's just an old hip hop head. He's just like, these new rappers. He's one of them dudes. So
okay.
But that project happened just us spending like a week or so together. Like
Gotcha.
we need to do that again in order for like that to happen, because he doesn't have like a home studio set up or anything. Like he has tables and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he just now started getting into like making beats. So but like that was another one of those challenges where we just like, he was like, why don't you flip this?
Right.
Flip this Bob James.
Right.
Flip this Hubert Laws. Like
Right.
It's been flipped before, but like, all right. I dig. He was like, I dig.
Yeah.
You flip him.
Yeah. That's a dope project. People haven't heard. That's a dope project though, B.
But then I was just like, if I'm making the beats, you gotta scratch it.
Yeah.
You gotta do the scratches, and you gotta scratch some of the samples out.
Yeah.
So on some of those records, he's like cutting up the sample, or cutting up,
Yeah.
and I would go back and incorporate that into the beat, So
it's a dope project. You have a lot of good material out there, man. And then there's a couple remix projects that you have out that I really dig. The Modern Marvels remix.
Mm-hmm. That's all Tony Schiff.
It's dope.
And Devin Who.
It's dope, man.
Yeah.
So much good material that's out there, man. And I'm excited to, like I said, to see what 2018 brings,
Yeah.
moving forward for you.
A lot of raps. A lot more raps than beats. I mean, I'll still be on the beats.
Yeah.
But you'll be hearing a lot more raps from me. Yeah.
About time.
Yeah, I know.
It's
right?
about time, B.
But it's like a demand now. Like, I've just been dropping like little stuff here and there,
Yeah,
and also been like kind of announcing that I don't want to rap anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, but that's the thing. People, I guess, read into it so much that they think I'm done.
yeah.
But I just said I don't want to.
Right.
It's almost like saying I don't want to get out of bed, bro.
Yeah.
But you know, the mic could just keep calling me. Keep calling me.
Theory Hazit.
Yeah.
Man, well, this was good. It was good to just to sit down and connect like this on this level, man, and kind of let the people know where you're at career wise and what you're doing and what they have to look forward to. So I appreciate you taking the time, brother, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for keeping me relevant. Golly, man. Like, you don't have to do this. Nobody actually has to do this. And anytime that anybody wants to, you know, give you a shot, give you some air, expose you, give you time anywhere, talk about you, talk to you, man, take advantage. You better get out of bed. Take advantage of that, yo.
Word up.
Yeah.
Theory Hazit. Theoryhazit.com is the website. There's links to social media, I'm sure, there on the website.
Yeah.
Where people can find you.
Yeah.
To reach out, to connect. The Klyph Notes podcast, once again, is available on all of your favorite podcast players. Spotify is the newest one. Really excited to have the podcast available on Spotify. No longer on SoundCloud, but you can catch it through the website djklyph.com. It's also subscribable at Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio. It's wherever you listen to podcasts. So go ahead and do that. Share it, rate it, comment on it, and like I said, hit me up. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's some folk that you'd like to see on the podcast as guests on the podcast. I can reach out to them and see if we can make it happen. You can also check it out. Their video clips and stuff sometimes on YouTube, but all of that will be linked through the djklyph.com website. Once again, shout out to X-Ray FM. So appreciative of their willingness to allow us to record the podcast here. Once again, big ups to Acapella Apparel for their support of what we're doing. And last but not least, big ups to my man Theory Hazit for not only being a dope artist, but a good friend. I really appreciate you, brother.
Man, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. For
Absolutely,
real.
bro. Absolutely.
Like,
God bless you all. Thank you so much. Until we get an opportunity to do this again.
Yes.
Peace.